everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Anya. Today I will be teaching you on how to make a black dotted journal. A little disclaimer, this video is sponsored by Artisan Manila. They provided me with all the materials I needed to create this black dotted journal, and everything is listed below in the description. So let's get started, shall we? For this DIY, I'm using Artisan Manila's 100 GSM Noir A5 calligraphy paper. I already had holes punched for the side stitching. You can get the paper as is and punch the holes yourself or have them do it for you. To create the dots, you can have them pre-printed at Artisan Manila, or if you have a printer, you can print them yourself. A pigment printer is fine, but if you want dots that won't bleed, a laser printer should do the trick. This journal has 3 dots per inch spacing, and each dot is 5 dpi in size. You might need to print on the same page twice in case your printer ink isn't dark enough. I'm using a smooth black cardstock for the first and last page of the journal, and another with a leather-like texture for the front and back cover. These cardstocks are also available at Artisan Manila's paper bar. If you print the dots yourself, you can get all these for around 350 to 450 pesos, or around $7 to $9 US. More information will be available in the descriptions below, including the dotted page template that I used for this tutorial. I prefer my journal stitched and ring bound, but if you don't want to do this, Artisan Manila can bind your journal for you with wire ring binders. I'm using a paper clip to create a needle, but if you have a hairpin, you can use that too. For my thread, I'm using a thin yarn because this is the only black string I have, but you can use a thicker thread for a stronger bind. Here I'm using pliers to make sure that my paper clip is thin enough to fit through the hole. Next, you want to divide your journal in half. This is a 100-page journal. And once you've done that, put the needle inside the second hole and then cover the first half of the papers with the second half and pull the thread through. Then insert the needle in the first hole and start pulling the string. When you're done pulling the string, leave a few inches of it in the middle so you can tie it with the other end later. I've only done this a couple of times so you could see me struggle a bit. Once you leave out a little bit of the string, you can now insert the needle in the first hole again to create a loop on top. Insert the needle again in the first hole to create a loop on the side. From here, we will do a running stitch all the way to the bottom. When you reach the end, insert the needle in the last hole to create a loop at the bottom. Reinsert it again to create another loop on the side, and then continue your running stitch all the way to the top. But this time, every time you do a running stitch, you would need to reinsert your needle in the same hole to create a loop on the side. Stop when you reach the second hole from the top Open your journal where the other end of the string is, then insert your needle through the second hole so you could tie them together. Now that you're done with your journal, it's time to decorate the cover. I'm using Sakura Jelly Roll Metallic Gold pen for the cover, and I'm going to create a simple floral doodle for this journal. You can get Jelly Roll pens such as this at Artisan Manila as well. They have different colors, different kinds that I will also be testing in my next video. I will be testing them on this Noir calligraphy paper. Now, I just want to say, while I'm capable of creating portraits, drawing portraits, painting portraits in watercolor, I'm not the best doodler. So if you are a perfectionist, you probably shouldn't be watching this part of the video because I have missed a lot of areas where I should be lining and dotting parts, and I've made a lot of mistakes while creating this design. But if you decide to create your own black dotted journal, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I will link my Instagram profile below so you can tag and show me what kind of covers you've come up with. I will also link Artisan Manila's Instagram in the descriptions below so you could follow them and see what other products they have available in the store. Now, if you can bear watching me make a little bit of mistakes here and there, I hope you can enjoy the rest of the video. When you're done decorating your journal, use a fixative to prevent the ink from smudging or bleeding just in case it gets wet.
If you find the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way.
So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll try the best I can to answer all of them. Bye!
I think we should have some more fun. I still dream